What up, YouTube? Spike Smith here, chilling. So I was reading Huffington Post blog today. It said that China is looking at buying our nearly bankrupt big three automakers. Now, I mean, obviously it's a complicated issue, but everyone goes on and on about these free markets, and it kind of seems like this might be a situation where the markets, you know, might work out well for us. I mean, I don't know all the details, obviously. I'm just a guy. But it seems like our American car companies made the mistake of putting too much emphasis on short term gain instead of long term compatibility and competitiveness, etc. So, kind of what I'm thinking is, it serves them right. It serves them fucking right because, the only other option is to either take my tax money and bail them out that way, which is no guarantee. I mean, who's to say they're not going to just keep building SUVs for high profits? And, well, it wouldn't be profitable because nobody wants a fucking SUV anymore. Anyway, yeah, like, fucking okay, so yeah, the other option is to beg for money or just go bankrupt, neither of which is particularly desirable, and it's all those CEOs fault, flying around in $20,000 per flight private jets and whatnot. So okay, China holds a significant portion of our national debt. And granted that the value of these companies is not so much that it's going to put much of a dent in it, but at least it's something. And, the Chinese, they got some good industrial planning, I guess you could say. So it's possible that, if we allow China to buy these companies, that probably a lot of the work is going to remain in the U.S. I don't know, people might lose their pensions or, wages might fall. I'm not sure exactly, but, they're going to keep some jobs in the U.S. at least. Meanwhile, we should take that money that they pay us. Well, I guess it's going to go to the shareholders, but I'm sure the government's going to get some cut of it. They need to start investing in, the sustainable future fields that we're going to need. Clean energy, a lot of biotech, the things that we have competitive advantage in already. I mean, our car companies blew that one. And, maybe it makes sense because, I mean, it could be a win-win. I mean, we're going to get the money that our government and, honestly, our economy desperately needs, and at least for the short term, which can be turned into long-term gains through smart investment. And then China, I'm pretty sure that we don't have any Chinese cars in America. I wonder why. So basically, yeah, if China got these car companies, they'd be able to sell Chinese cars in the American market, which would be good for China. And hopefully, if prices fall, cars get cheaper. Some people keep their jobs, but then you have all these people that lose their jobs. Well, they need to be pushed, maybe. I don't know. That's not the right word, really, but they need to be reallocated into better industries that we already have comparative advantage in. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, manufacturing isn't the big thing anymore. There's a lot of other developing countries where manufacturing is now their gig, and they got cheaper labor than us. So we can build the industrial machines, but our largest part of our economy is service based, and white collar type works, insurance, accounting type stuff, medical. A lot of research and innovation, but there's not necessarily a lot of money in that. But anyway, so I just thought it was really interesting, though, that China wants to buy our big three car companies, and I'm kind of in favor of it just because I mean the other alternatives are not as good. But it's going to take some testicular fortitude of our leaders to really make this work out positively for us. Because if they just give us the money and that buy the companies, and then we don't use that money effectively to build our comparative advantage in other industries or in some sort of transportation automotive industry in competition with the Chinese, we're going to have problems. But I mean, people need to break the I don't know what you call it. You need to break the pattern of thinking that the automotive industry has to be American, because it really doesn't. I mean, you need to start thinking of our economy as a much more dynamic monster, really, that you can't grab it by the head and tell it exactly what to do, but you can hold out the red cape and kind of let it rage as it does in a somewhat directed fashion. Anyway, starting to ramble, but yeah, I was just wondering what people's thoughts on this idea is, and free markets in general. Anyway, peace to your journey.